So, prior to BJU, you had one application, and then throughout our partnership, the goal of joining BJU was for you to learn how to work through the competitive veterinarian market, and then also just gain mentorship and support from the BJU team. And, just overall, Daryl, you've been doing such an incredible job at implementing our strategies. I would just love to share your story and just get your feedback as well on the BJU program. So I just have a few questions I'd love to ask you if you have some time today.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So prior to joining BJU, did you have like a main concern?
It was just mainly the competitive market and the fact that as a private practice owner, we had too many hats to do. And while I love DIY type everything, and I love learning and I love growing, there's still only 24 hours in a day, and you've got to sometimes accelerate that growth curve. And so those were the two things: the growth curve on marketing and recruiting, and having to do that in a competitive market for the first time was quite intimidating.
Yeah, it is intimidating when you are your practice is expanding. You guys are, accelerated growth, and you're wearing this other hat as a business owner and trying to recruit and build your team, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh gosh, a lot of challenges there. So what did you find as a result of joining the BJU program?
What I found was definitely an outside the box way of thinking about recruiting, which also was a great marriage with who we are, which is trying to make those personal connections and getting to know people and letting people get to know you in a different format, which is an updated format. It used to be that we just post something on on the board outside the clinic, and guess what? You get 200 people that get to see it in a month that it relates to. Well, here you get to see, and people get to know you. Thousands of people get to do that same board and in a more intimate way. So that really was what it helped me to understand, just a different dimension of marketing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as you're going through implementing some of these BJU strategies, was there a specific feature that you enjoyed the most working with the BJU team?
I liked, there were several things that were really good. I liked the ability to watch the meetings on my own pace, which was important to me because I'm try to be very efficient with my time. And so when I'm driving, that's when I'm listening to you guys. A lot of setup in the beginning, and then I just let it roll and continue to build a network automatically in the back while I'm doing what I should. So while there's a lot of initial time required in the front part, it's minimal as you move forward, and allows you to focus on other things while everything's still rolling. So I really like the funnels that you guys created. That's specifically what was helpful to me.
Yeah. And I do think that that's something that we do get feedback on is, when you're joining the BJU program, there is that initial setup for us to be able to have access to, the campaigns and everything like that. And then once we build it out, it's okay. You're now able to take it at your own pace. You have all these campaigns running for you in the background, and you're starting to kind of leverage those additional BJU strategies, at your own pace. And then I love that you mentioned the calls. I'm assuming that you're listening to our
secret sauce.
Daryl?
Yes. So
secret sauce.
Again, being efficient with time, I kind of speeded through the times where people aren't talking, and listen to the tidbits. And if I already feel very solid in that area, I just fast forward through that. And so it's been a very effective and efficient way for me to listen to those calls.
Yeah.
So the ability to watch it on demand is good.
Great. I love that you're watching
secret sauce
on demand. I'm always like, oh, okay, I'm going to be recording this call. People are going to be listening to this afterwards, but it's great knowing that it's something that's been really helpful. Were there specific topics that you found really helpful in the
secret sauce?
Really, it opened my eyes. While there were a lot of different topics, what was the most helpful for me was to open my eyes to how systemic this problem is, how nationwide our labor shortage and the creativity that it's taken for people to actually hire, and how to court candidates correctly, and how to make the best use of your time when you're talking to them.
Secret sauce.
Things that, even though I did not get the 3 on, I knew what I was supposed to do, and it's a lot better than me just mumbling and stumbling through conversations. I feel much more confident and comfortable in trying to get what the end goal is, and it's nice to see other people have gone through that, and then also just the tips like getting a real estate agent set up for those that are transferring. It makes, again, that learning curve of when I'm talking to somebody for the first time who's considering moving from out of state. I've never thought through that process before, but now I don't have to, because other people have and told me what they've had success with. So that's what I like, is just the collective thought process and people who have already done those kinds of things, that help make my challenges less.
Yeah, that's great to hear it from your perspective, Daryl, because right now it is a very competitive market. We had talked about there's 13 opportunities per 1 DVM. So that first conversation to the second or third conversation that you're having with a DVM lead is going to be so critical. And the fact that you are going in there confident, knowing what to say, how to navigate the conversation, that's just setting yourself up for that success overall. So that's fantastic. And I love hearing that, Daryl. So that's great. Yeah. So, if you were to recommend BJU would you recommend BJU to any other business owner?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. And is there anything else that you would like to add to feedback or anything from the BJU program today?
Pretty much, I've been very, very happy with the process, and I think you guys have checked in routinely and helped to keep me motivated, and with me wearing so many different hats, keep me on track. So, no, I've been very happy, and I appreciate everything you guys are doing.
Oh, that's great, Daryl. That feedback means so much to us. I mean, we are your accountability partner. We're going to be sending you those check-in emails to kind of ask you where you are in the program, what next steps have you implemented, and that's overall to make sure that you are successful and ultimately reaching your goals that you've established for yourself, right?
Yes, ma'am.